I'm going to do a love reading, and usually I'll pick one chart to kind of use as a reference chart, but in this case I'm picking two. The first one I'm going to be picking is a full moon in Libra on the 31st of March. And this full moon is tense. So I'm going to put up a image of the chart. And the reason for the tension, when you're looking at charts, there's a lot to them, okay? But I think, visuals are important, and I think it's good for you to see what I see. Because everything I do is very astrology based, okay? And the only reason I do cards anyway is it's just my tools to help me focus and tune in. So the astrology part, is astrology. Can't bullshit your way through that. You got to know what you're talking about. So when you're looking at a chart and you look at those lines, the aspecting lines, what you're saying is okay. So take, for example, the sun, which is the circle. Hey, wait a minute. Somebody's missing. I just realized that. I change it for everybody because it just depends on the rising sign as to what exactly I want to aspect. Okay, that's better. Okay, so the sun is, if you envision that circle that we're looking at there as a clock, the sun is at about 8 o'clock. It's that circle, a yellowish, brownish circle at 10 degrees with that red horn looking thing right by him. That's the sun. Right next to him, that says 12 and the lettering is in red, is Mercury. So when there's two energies together, that's called a conjunction. So there's no lines for that. If there were lines, it would be red because it could be good, could be tense. It depends on the two energies. Now the sun and Mercury, they do fine together. It doesn't mean it's not tense. It doesn't mean anything other than we have a luminary that illuminates things. It's you. Your sun sign, your sun is you. It's how you shine. It's your outer, how you shine onto things, where you excel. It says a lot about your personality for sure. But if you think of it in those terms, it's a luminary and it's your ruler, okay? Very important in this reading, the sun, because that's you. And for all of us, our sun is, it's a big deal. I'm not saying it isn't. So we have a sun in Aries. So the sign is like the curtains on the planet, right? So when they travel through, the curtains are either very harmonious with the energy of that planet, or you're trying to put paisley curtains in like a fucking farmhouse decor. It doesn't fit. It's not harmonious. I'm like, why are those curtains on there? So it's either harmonious or not so harmonious. Same with aspects, those lines in the middle. So every single one is a layer. So we have a luminary, your light, where you shine, you, because it's your ruler, coupled with Mercury, which is the planet of communication. That's simple. Mercury in ancient mythology, which is what this is all based on, larger energies, is the messenger. How do we message each other? How do we communicate? How do we not? I mean, it's broad. It's broader than it seems. So there's some sort of conversation, right? There's some sort of communication. It's being illuminated because he's right next to him. So it's like, think of if this is a play, they're together. So what happens when these two energies, when a luminary, the light, what is the sun? It lights things up. It's a spotlight. It shines on things. So if you're right next to it, you too shine. So the spotlight is on some sort of communication. Where is this communication for you? Aries for the Leo rising, for most of you. There are exceptions, but usually it's in your 9th house. So Aries in the 9th house tells me that, okay, the 9th house for everyone, no matter what your rising sign, is a house of larger philosophies. And this is how we formulate our shoulds and our shouldn'ts. I should, blah, 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 blah. That's your personal philosophy. I am good when that's personal philosophy. It's your manifesto. It's how you do the world, it's the protocol in which you base your life. It's your larger philosophy, okay? Because it sounds so esoteric when you say that. It's your larger view of the world. So that's why religion is included in here. And this is why travel is included in here, because it exposes you to philosophies of other regions and whatnot. It's ruled by Sagittarius, which is a sign of truth, of justice. So a lot of law things go in 9th house. It's a very smart house. But it's a larger philosophy house, okay? So what's being illuminated? A conversation about I should, we should, it should, or shouldn't, or whatever. That's how you do it. In the 9th house of larger philosophy, so this tells me there's a conversation about that. What is it? Don't know. Now, that red line between the sun and the purple guy, Mercury, is an opposition. This is what a full moon is. It's the sun illuminating the moon. Now, the moon's ever changing. Hard to understand. It's our subconscious, how we do feelings. So sun is action, moon is receiving. That's why feminine energy is receiving, masculine energy is action. Doesn't mean men are active and women are, it's not like that. Larger energies, big picture, okay? Now, like meta versus micro, that kind of thing. So when you have an axis like this, when something's in direct opposition in astrology, so it's looking at moon in Libra, and moon in Libra for you is in the 3rd house. Moon is how we give and receive emotion. So there's a conversation about you, because the sun is you, about your larger philosophies, shouldn'ts, and we're doing a love reading about love, relationship, that is illuminating subconscious energies, which is what the moon is. We're not always conscious of, when you can't pin it down, whereas the sun is action. This is action-oriented things. You have your own ideas of how it is you're going to go forward. Emotions are harder because we don't formulate plans for how we're going to do our emotion, right? It's not how it goes. We formulate plans about what we're going to do, and that's why a lot of times feelings are subconscious and emotional. So there's some sort of conversation of illuminating your larger ideas about relationship on a micro level. I have a feeling, everything's upside down, so I don't, or, face down, so I don't know yet. My sense is that this conversation is one of tension. It doesn't have to be. That's my sense. Because this is you going, in regards to a partnership, it is my worldview, my philosophy. That when I'm in a relationship, this is very simplistic, but let's just go with it. When I'm in a relationship, I can do whatever I want. That's what I've decided. My dad did whatever he wanted, and I dig it, or I formulated this long ago. And I'm okay with saying that. Like, I need to be able to do whatever it is I want to do. Why do I say that? Because it's an Aries. Aries is a very self-centered sign, as is Leo. So it's a little selfish. This is you putting communication out to the moon, possibly the female in your life, possibly it's just a conversation with a person about that. So it could just be relegated over there to the sun and Mercury. That could be the conversation. Your partner could be Mercury. You could be the sun. And you're going to go, I think I can do whatever I want. And they're thinking, I think you're full of shit. And no, you cannot. And then it looks over to the moon and illuminates a deep subconscious thing in you, like you're furious or you're happy or you have a feeling about that. Or you're the one shooting this communication over into the third house, which is the house of communication itself, to another, and they get very emotional. Somebody gets emotional. Well, they have emotions regarding whatever this is. Now, to add to the fun, right next door in your 10th house. Now, your 10th house, I'm feeling a lot of change for you guys coming up. I feel it. I feel it. I'll be surprised if it doesn't say that. So this rut of being where you don't want to be, I think, is starting to get a little movement, if not gigantic change. Excuse me. So Venus has just ingressed, meaning she's just gone into Taurus. So she was in Aries. So that tells me you made some sort of action, larger, based on larger philosophies about relationship. Because that's what Venus is, how we give and receive love. Moon is how we give and receive emotion. How we do emotion. So she just moved in there from Aries. So that tells me there was some action. There was something going on in the land of relationship on a larger philosophy that either changed or didn't. It was just up for question. So now, this is her very first day in Taurus, where she is very comfortable. She is impulsive and not herself in Aries. This is very grounding and very good, and it is your pentacle. So what is that going to entail? 10th house in a love reading is I am what? I'm single. I'm married. I'm a partner. I'm free. I'm a lover. I'm a wife. I'm a husband. Like that. It's your title. And it's also your pinnacle. So your deepest desire at the end of the day, for a Leo rising, well, it's not your desire so much. Actually, you just don't know it. And that's what you don't realize it, a lot of you. But your pinnacle, which is always out of reach, regardless of your rising sign. Leo is hot and fiery and leadership and it's heat. In a love reading, it's impulsive. It's not the most loyal sign. Not to say they're big cheaters, but you're going to follow your passions. You're kind of ruled by them. So if you shine in relationships, and it depends on your personal placements, but you must have passion in order to be yourself. And you have to be happy and joyful. You rule the 5th house, traditionally. Okay, so Taurus, very loving sign, just like you guys. You guys love hard, but it's much more grounding. Grounding is not Leo's strongest suit at all. It's impulsive. Not as impulsive as Aries, your other air sign. Not quite as lofty as a Sagittarius, the other air sign, or fire sign. So it would be very difficult for you with a Leo rising to... Taurus is very settled down. It's slow, methodical energy. It is the earthly manifestation of Venus. It's not your normal thing. But you're going to crave it. You're going to want it. But it's going to be hard. You're going to need help getting there. And it's one of the prime pinnacles of your life, is learning how to settle down, but not in the way that you think. Most people see settling down as giving up freedoms and making a bunch of compromises. I'm literally talking about the energy of slowing down a minute and putting methodical, slow energy into what it is you care about. Because your natural energy is to go, rah, you know, and just wholeheartedly and magnificently go after what you want. That is not Taurus energy. Taurus sees what it wants and it thinks about it and it goes really slow. It's not afraid to lay in wait, assess the situation. It's not boring. It's not like that. It's a nice way if you have that natural Leo heat, like that's why they're compatible in relationships. Because it's grounding for you, and Taurus is extremely loyal and can be very sensual and passionate, but would allow you to be star of the show, which is essential for you. Yeah, so Venus is in there. I don't know why I went on and on about that. In your house, in your first house, we have North Node. North Node is where we are to go at any given time, regardless of the kind of reading you're doing. You are to go towards you. This is a year for you to shine, for karmic things to come your way so that you can live out your destiny. It's a big deal. It does not come into your sign very often, very many times in your whole life. So that's why you're going through strife right now. Anything that isn't on your path is it's not as destructive as like a Pluto energy, but it's saying work with your North Node, wherever that is for you. And for you, it's you. You need to be working on you. South Node is where you need to not focus so much on, because that's just not what you're to focus on right now. We're all to focus on our individuality and ourselves, not in Aquarius, which for you is in the 7th house of partnership. And yet, every time I read you, it's all about how miserable you are regarding a partnership. Either not being in one, looking for one and not being able to find it, having one but not being able to keep it, having one and not liking it, and going out to fulfill the passion part. You know, so the focus has been relationships. So let's see if that's changed. I do want to pull on Neptune and Pisces because that's your 8th house of sacred sexuality, intense intimacy through sex. Okay, so your natural house is hooking up in a happy, fun way. Like, ooh, you're good looking. Let's go at it. 8th house is you're good looking. Can I breathe your breath and crawl inside of you because I need to be that close to you? It's intense. It's merging. Okay, you have Neptune in there. So love right now and intimacy is taking on a decidedly confusing and spiritual bend. But it's confusing, it's foggy, and it's difficult. I'm going to pull on Mars because if you look at the triangle there, so you can see obviously the moon, and that blue thing is the sign of Libra, opposing the Sun and Mercury in Aries over there. And I explained that. And they are both squaring, which is always a tension. It's one of tension. Tension's not always difficult or bad. Well, it's always difficult, but it's not necessarily bad. It's a change in direction. It's going to make you go in different directions. So you're just going your merry way. You might veer a little to the right or the left. It's hitting the brick wall, and now you got to go that way. So you're either going to work with it or you're going to fight it. Most of us fight it. But if you're open to new experiences and willing to listen to those things and go a different direction, then it's just nervous tension, right? Like, oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this. So Mars is squaring. So with that, Mars is action. It's also sex. It's our sexual drive. It's the opposite of Venus, which is our loving. It's a receiving, giving and receiving love, but still it's a different energy. And he is right up on Saturn, which is a restrictive energy. Saturn is a teacher. And this is all happening in Capricorn, which for you guys is in the 6th house. Now, 6th house rules your health, your day-to-day life, and whatever. But in A love reading, this is your day-to-day life in a relationship, with or without a relationship. How is that going? So we're having tenseness with your feelings, tenseness with where you're going to shine, tenseness with the conversation. This pretty much spells out arguments and tension about how you and a partner are conducting your day-to-day business together. Where are we going to live? How's the money going? How are we raising the kids? So like that kind of thing. The brass tacks, the day-to-day. There's tension there. And restriction. What is a restriction? I don't know. We'll find out. But you're not happy about it. Or your partner's not happy about it. Or you're both not happy about it. Maybe it's money. Maybe you're just like, fuck, we don't have enough money. That's a tense conversation. Could be bad. I don't know. So that's how it works. I'm just feeling all analytical tonight. That's weird. Anyway, I'm so excited to do a love reading for you guys. Can't remember if I've done one yet for you. It doesn't matter. It always comes up, but I'm saying it's just for love when I'm focusing on it. Now, just to forewarn you, this is a difficult moon. The only good one, I've gotten one good one where it was difficult in a good way. Like, oh, big changes. Scary, but good. That's how the square played out. Everybody else, it was difficult, okay? But after I'm done with this reading, I'm going to quickly reposition everybody for the new moon mid-April, because it's so tense in this reading, no matter what your rising sign or whatever, it's a one of tension, that giant triangles with the T-square. It's like, with angry energies and tense energies. So, and for you, these are in big houses of larger things, okay? So that's what makes me think it's going to, eventually change your life, change the direction. But the new moon in April, 15th or 16th, I forgot, is in Aries. It's all in Aries. There's no more Libra, so there's no more talking anymore. And it feels like there's one of tension, and then it transforms into a new thing of harmony. So we'll see how that goes, okay? All right, let's get in there. Sun in Aries. What is being illuminated? You guys have consistently, for those of you coupled, having a hard time. Very disconnected. Very disconnected. Seven of Swords. Oh, God, sorry. So, yeah. You're not connecting at all. It's tense. And it also implies bad behavior from someone. So this conversation probably has to do with that. So let's see what Mercury has to say. Okay. This appears to be a conversation. So we got the world. World is completion. It's end of the line. This can actually, it feels kind. It doesn't feel bad. This is an honest conversation, either from you in an effort to put out the conversation down here to the moon, or it's you and your partner having a real and honest discussion about whether or not you want to be done. So it feels like, because you are the sun, and because you require passion, and you consistently don't have it, that the conversations with your partner of, this isn't working. I care about you, but this feels like the end of the line in a kind way. That's what I'm feeling. We'll see what the moon has to say in opposition. So oppositions are just, they're looking at each other. That's all. Is it good? Is it bad? With a full moon, the reason they say it completes things is because it's illuminating what is hidden, so that with the new moon, you can start anew. Very much cycle-y energy. So let's see what the moon has to say here in Libra. We have Death reversed. King of Wands, that's you. And Six of Pentacles reversed. It's exactly what I said. I love King of Wands in this deck. It's so you guys. Because a lot of times he's kind of depicted as very stern and sexual and that kind of thing. You guys are such a warm and loving sign, and this really captures it. Just warm and loving and lovely. So you're looking at your feelings. It's like, I have warmth for you. I do. And it's genuine. I don't think you hate the person you're with. I don't want to be sad anymore, and I don't want you to be sad anymore. So upright, this is a card of depression, Six of Pentacles in this deck. You know, she's alone. He's watching her. She's just like, I'll eat apples and be depressed. I don't know. She's crying. But you got that reversed. So the situation's improving. Death reversed, and this deck is telling me the handwriting's on the wall. The conversation is being had. It is a caring one. We'll see how come. I don't know. But I like it. This is mature. Because in prior readings, you were trying to make yourself feel better by alley-canting around. That is not what's happening here. That means you're learning good. And the more you learn, the more this will, you'll transform. Just saying you're not transforming yet, it does say, I think you're coming to an end of a cycle here. And what does that say about your larger philosophies? To me, that says, I thought whatever this thing I was in was the right thing. I intellectualized it and kind of forgot myself a little bit, that I'm a passionate sign. If you're single, the days of feeling disconnected from partnership, of not having one, is over. It's coming to an end. It's completing itself. And you get to be you. You're not going to be depressed anymore. And you're in the middle of a transformation. That's how that goes. Mars, change in direction, day-to-day life. Yeah, Knight of Swords reversed. In the upright, this is somebody on the same page as you with your like sexually. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to get into it, but it's like a different connection than the wands or
Sorry,
cup.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's my Alexa. So in any case, the traditional meaning of this card is going at whatever it is that you want. In any case, you're not interested, okay? So in your day-to-day life, you're not making a whole lot of effort all the way to retreat. Like, you don't want to be there anymore. You're not excited about that, and you're not sexually connecting with your partner. I've seen this consistently over and over and over again. If you're single, this is you going, you know what? I'm not going to try so hard. And that's fair. What is the restriction? You just cannot get this thing off the ground in the way that you're doing it in day-to-day life. So this is having the best intentions, trying, not connecting, not hating your person, but not happy. And that is just not going to work. And you're trying. You are trying to be responsible. This is not your energy. It's not working. And it's making you distant. I think one of the biggest problems for you guys is you're not compatible with who you're with. There's no heat. If you're single, you're realizing that your approach is not yielding results. In any case, it's coming to an end. But what I like is that you are showing up in your own reading and starting to realize it's you. It's not like you're the problem or whatever, but it's always you. I don't care what we're talking about. It's about you. your choices, your life views, how you see the world, and how you're making choices. That's you. You are the common denominator in your life. Everything else changes, but you, right? People come and go. Jobs come and go. Houses come and go. Things come and go. People come and go, but you're the constant. That's why I say always focus on yourself. What's Venus here at 0 degrees Taurus? Okay. Well, shit fire. How does that? Wow. Whether you're single or coupled, you got new love on the horizon. Ace of Cups. Finally. Yay. For those of you coupled, I do not believe it's with the person you're with. But this feels kind, honest, and real. If you part. If you don't part, I don't know what the fuck, like lights you up and you're all of a sudden great. It does not feel like that's the case. But, for somebody it could be. So Venus and Uranus are together. Venus is how we give and receive love. It's love itself, partnership itself. In the house of love, and Taurus is more earthly love, it's more grounded love. Libra is more balanced love, relationship, one and the other. Uranus is surprise energy, especially in Aries. It's like, what? What's the surprise? 5 of Cups reversed. I have a very strong feeling that you amicably part ways if you're partnered. And the surprise is you don't miss them. You're not sorry. It was the right decision for you. And gracefully letting go of what's not working for you brings you new love, whether you're single or coupled. And I think the surprise for the single people is with, two, that you're not with your soulmate. There's another way to read that. I hate the word soulmate. I gotta find another word. Your person. You have lots of soulmates. There's not just one person for you. You're just not sorry. You're not. Okay, so if you're not coupled, it's the sudden realization, like, I'm not loving where I'm at. And I think you got that last time too. And that's cool. My way's not working. I got to transform. I got to be more me. I don't know quite what brings this to you, what kind of conversation, but in either case, well, obviously if you're coupled, you're having it with your partner, but for single people, I don't know. It doesn't make any difference. You're coming to a new understanding of larger life philosophies of, do I require this? Do I not require this? What is really going on here? But the energy is the same. It's pursuing something that is not working for you and keep on doing it. So if you're single, this is online dating, dating, asking people to set you up, very focused on meeting a new person. I'm focused on meeting a new person and I have to do it that way. And you keep doing it. It's not working. It's disconnected. You're frustrated. It's making you depressed. And for whatever reason, in your larger life philosophies, you wake up and go, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to change my game. In either case, it's good and it's great. Let's look at you in North Node, what you're supposed to be focusing on, right? Okay, so this is Knave of Cups. And in this deck, in the reverse, in the upright, it's very small, jealous energy, impulsive. It's not great. So you're to be focusing on, and what is jealousy? That's mine. It's small. That's my person. No, you can't do that. So you're working on maturing in your own self in order to draw better relationships to you, which is always the answer. South Node in Aquarius in your 7th house of partnership is what you're to get away from. This is a very immature view of partnership. If I get me a partner, then I always got a naked body in which to have sex with all the time. Yay. I don't know how else to say it. It's almost alley catting in your own marriage. It's because I like it, because I want it. It's small. You're getting away from smaller energies by focusing on your own philosophies, on you. How can I be better? Not how can I seek out someone who will get naked with me as often as possible. 8th house with Pisces. Now this is your deepest, this is taboo. And I know I've gone over this. I remember saying it. This could be a house of like being into something that you think is going to be gross and people aren't going to like it. So you're going to chase conventional people. And it could be as simple as you're into, you have a foot fetish or something and you just can't say it out loud. You can't do it. Oh my God, but you're obsessed with it. And so you fight it. You're never sexually fulfilled because you feel. But again, it's you. There are a gabillion people with that. There's entire websites. There are clubs for that. Go find your people. That's it. And by doing so, what was once taboo or whatever, when you find that person that meets you eye to eye, what you're going to see, it's much deeper than fetishes or sex and all of that stuff. It's union. You cannot have this. This is seeing eye to eye. This is great love. You can't have that without sexual compatibility when you're not doing it. No. I don't care if you've decided and made up your mind that is the person for you. You will not be fulfilled and it will not work. It will spill over into everything. That is how you connect as a couple. You know this, but you're thinking, that's okay. It's a warm body and we can do it and it's fine because that's not the most important thing. The most important thing, it doesn't say it in this reading because you're moving past it, but I remember the most important thing is marriage. That's what I've decided. I'm going to have marriage and family and whatever, or I'm going to pursue a partner. I'm going to pursue somebody that I can be married to and have, the settled down life. Single or coupled, it doesn't matter. And what this is telling you, you have to acknowledge your own intensity, your own sexual truths in order to really, really, really connect with someone. If you're going to deny that, you're going to be unhappy. That's it. Period. End of story. And you're coming to that realization. You just are. You're having a lot less anxiety about it. You're not seeing it as a giant big deal. Whatever it is for you guys. I don't know. Like I said, it could be as simple as, you don't want to do it with the lights on. I don't know. Like all the way to some like out there shit that I've heard. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, hey, whatever floats your boat. It's whatever floats your boat. And everybody's different. Wow. Yay. So I was right. It is tense, but it is leading you to something awesome. Doggo. Okay, get down. I don't really need to clarify much here. This is extremely clear. I don't see any breakup cards just yet. So let's just get in there and ask it. For the moon in Libra, why are we less depressed? And why aren't we transforming just yet? It feels like you're in the middle of it by the time this starts happening. So decisions aren't quite made just yet, is my sense. It's the conversation, it's the communication. That's super clear. I'll have to get one on this South Node. How can they best get away from that and evolve? I mean, Five of Swords in relationship. I mean, that's for the kids. I'm gonna hook up. We're gonna hook up and get my rocks off. It's not marriage energy or partnership energy. I'm gonna combine a clarifier for this great love. You got Ace and Two of Cups. That's serious love. Who is this person? Do they know them? Do they know them already, or do they not know them? Is it going to be new? So how many aces? Tell me more about this person in the cup cards. Tell me more about this person. One more on that Uranus energy of like, what the surprise is what? That they're not your soulmate or not your person? I want one for Venus all by itself. How's that going to go? Woo-hoo. Awesome. Okay. Which one do we want first? Let's go ahead and do Moon. So it's saying there's no more depression. There's conversation is had about partnership. You're feeling warmth and kindness. You know, you're feeling like yourself in a mature way. Less depression and not quite all the way transformed, but I like it. It's mature. So I just ask, you know, what can you do to transform even further? There is a way to honor your responsibilities and still be you. It doesn't mean you have to live here. It doesn't mean it feels like you guys come to some sort of resolution where you can maintain stability. This feels like for those of you who have children, that you come to an amicable, smart, sane solution to any money or living situation issues together, as it should be. Because if you do have children, this person is not leaving you. You're going to have to deal with them. I love this reading for you. If you are single, this is you feeling much more stable and grounded about your pursuits. More settled, not all high-strung. In South Node, getting away from this, what I wanted to know is how can you evolve past this, you know, hooking up energy and relationship and get away from that or whatever by transforming and pursuing a relationship that is more in keeping with you. That's a good combo. I asked it, who the heck is this person with this great love? King of Cups. So you're going to go from stable wife, stable husband, stability, which the water signs and the earth signs, love it. They love it. Like this is what turns their crank. Can we talk about our 401k? Because it turns me on. That's just who they are. They like that, or they're into that. You'd be like, what is a 401 what? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why would we want to talk about that? That's not sexy. Ew. You go from a stable, the right person, which was not right for you. This is emotion. And this is your 8th house. I mean, holy shit, you guys. Wow. 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 You're going to find somebody. This will be before summer. I'm pretty sure. For those of you who are looking for it. With a person who is very in tune with their emotions. And you're going to connect with, like, it's going to blow you away. This is 8th house stuff. This is literally what I was talking about. And this is when you're with someone, it does not happen very often, but you come together with them and it's like, did you slip me something? Because I have never felt anything like that before in my life. It's intense. Intense. And certainly leaps and bounds beyond this assholery that you like to do. Sorry, but you guys are alley cats. You are. You. I love it about you. I do. But this person, in the alley cat example, like, you can have an alley cat if that's what you want. I am I don't know. Now I can't think of an analogy. So alley catting is, sleeping with whoever. Not that you have no discernment, but you just so joyfully love hooking up that you hook up a lot or whatever. This is not hooking up. This is like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and chase your alley cats and the kiddos, the immature ones, and do that. Or you can come over here and swim in my cup of love and be blown away. It's your choice. Because they're stable in that way, in an emotional way. And they just throw all kinds of fucking emotion all over you and love. What is fire and water? Steam, heat, through the roof. Gonna blow you away. I wanted to know more about this 6 of Cups reverse. Because 6 of Cups reversed is either, this is not my person. It's not my soulmate. It's like a revelation like, oh my God, this is really not my person. They're not a bad person. Not at all. In fact, they're caring and they're a nice person. I know this to be true. They're the right partner. Everybody tells me so. I've told myself so. And that was clarifying. Well, why are you not delighted? Why are you not whatever? Because it's not my person. They're a nice person. They're a good person. Great. If you're single, why haven't I found my soulmate? Because you're not in your energy. This is not your energy. This is portraying yourself when you're out there dating and whatever as a sweet, kind, docile person. A person who wants to be a mother to children and very watery energy. This is not your energy. You're trying to live there. It's trying to make a truth out of something that isn't true. Either way, I want you to stop it. I had to pull on that Venus with that great love. Ace of Cups. Who is this person and do you know them? Oh, shit. Yes, you do. You know this person. Now, when you get side by side, upside downs like this, sometimes just, how do I know? I just do. A lot of times reverse cards when depicting people means they're not in good energy. But now remember, these are clarifiers. What I asked was, tell me more about this great love. This is Ace of Cups. In your pentacle. In the sign of Taurus. That's ruled by Venus. Signifying Venus. Love is coming into your life. It is possible that you are able to repair a marriage and find passion. I don't feel that, but certainly if this is a rough patch in a marriage and there is real love here and you at one time had this is for people who had this at one time. You find it again. But if you never had this, if you never had compatibility, if you didn't ever really have this great love, this is new, single or couple. When you get two reversed for a new thing and a clarifying, for me, it's just that it hasn't occurred yet for me. This is not two pissed off people who find great love together. No. This is great love between extremely compatible people. I feel instantly that you already know who this is. This is hot stuff. It's somebody caring. They get you emotionally and they get you sexually. And you feel like a fucking king around them. Or a queen. One feels elevated by the other. Either one could be you. It doesn't matter. It's awesome energy. Very hot and fiery. I cannot even imagine. It won't look like this. I can tell you that right now. It'd be way more active and outlet. This is hot stuff. Like, I'm almost blushing. Woo! That is hot. Congratulations. That is amazing. Like, seriously, I feel it. It's like, wow. That is like your pants melting off when you see them. Like, heat. It's more than that, but man. Like, I'm flushed. Good for you. See the difference? You can have this with this. You can. You can have stability, but number one priority for you guys is to be able to have your heat, have your fire, have your personality, have all this stuff. You have to find your match. You were trying to find the person who would build this for you because you don't know how. Because it's the person who should have been able to do it, right? No. Find a match. Compatible. And that's what I mean by match. This could very well be the most caring person on earth. That doesn't mean that that's all there is to it. It just means you're extremely compatible with this person after a long period of not being compatible with anyone if you're single, or with who you're with if you're coupled. Good. Good, good, good. Wow. Well, I can't wait for the next one because that was the hard one. And it is hard. It's hard to end things. It doesn't have to be. And it looks like you handle it in such a mature, awesome way. Like I'm blown away. Finally get movement in that business. Okay, let's go to the next one. New moon. New beginnings. New slate. New moon is 100% harmony. Harmony. So with the new moon, we still have Venus up there. But now in Aries, we have the sun and moon together. So sun and moon conjunction is what a new moon is. We know we get to remove the restriction of Saturn, which was sexual incompatibility, or not wanting to live one more day where you were at. And in day-to-day life, to a Mars-Pluto conjunction. Transformation. Pluto in the tarot is death. Because that's what Pluto is. Pluto is 8th house. It's Scorpio. It's death, rebirth, and transformation. That's what it's about. I'm going to keep the North Node in your relationship house. I'm going to keep Pisces. I mean, Neptune and Pisces in your 8th. Now, that is in positive flow down here with this Mars. I think you and your person, this is dreamy. This is like sexual fantasy and stuff. It's hot stuff, for sure. I don't think I need Mercury. Nope, I don't. No more conversing. This is all doing. I don't really need that. So, well, I kind of want it because they act in unison, north and south. And the north node's in your sign, which is why I want to pull it. It really doesn't have anything to do with love in and of itself, but you're transforming through a relationship. So kind of you are. And now we have Uranus is not conjunct Venus anymore. No. Sudden unexpected surprises is the newness of something. Of what? I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle. So Mars and Pluto together. If this, and it's in positive flow to everything. Now, a lot of times this could be like, I don't feel that in your day-to-day life. Sometimes this can be like accidents and anger and like, oh, good, tense. That's not my sense because Mars and Venus are in positive flow between the 6th house of day-to-day living, your job. You could have met this person at your job. It didn't say that, but I just felt it. So it's like transformative desire and drive, sex, that kind of thing. With Venus in your 10th house of career, but it's your pinnacle, kind of a new title in relationship also probably. But harmony between Venus and Mars is very relationship-y, very positive. Everything else is the same. Except, okay, so the surprise isn't going to be with Venus. It's not going to be some revelation about your relationship. It's going to be some sort of surprise like, what? In the new moon. This could be as simple as it was referring to in the other reading. Oh, you're going to get this new person. You're going to be so compatible. It's going to be so amazing. Is what it was telling you. This could be when you actually realize what's up. Maybe. We'll see. Feel like one more and we will be good. So I'm shuffling the Tarot of Sexual Magic because it's my go-to for all love readings. The prior one that I was using to clarify, I want to shuffle again with that one. So I pre-shuffled another deck. Tarot. I'll get it wrong. I don't know why I bother. I believe it's the Tarot Illuminati. I like it. Okay. So for this new moon, what is new with the sun in Aries? What's being illuminated for the Leo rising, their ruler, sun in Aries? Show me the moon in Aries for the Leo rising with this new moon. Uranus in Aries, what is the surprise? Venus in Taurus in your 10th house. North Node in Leo, how does that pertain to Leo's love life? What do they focus on? And South Node in Aquarius in the house of partnership, what do they do get away from? And it's not even like, stop doing that thing. It's more like, don't focus on that. Focus on this, you. I want to know Mars in the 6th house of day-to-day living. What's that all about? And then Pluto. What's the intensity? What's this all about with the new moon for the Leo rising in the house of day-to-day living? There we go. And Neptune and Pisces in your 8th house of deep intimacy. Neptune's very spiritual. This is somehow bringing you closer to spirituality, which would make sense because you guys are very sexual. You just are. It's a drive. You exude it. You love it. You want it. Ain't no shame in that. Okay. Sun in Aries and the new moon. A choice has been made. That's what's being illuminated. In your deepest or your overall philosophies in life, your drive, a decision has now been made. It's done. What is it? I suspect to part ways with the other person. Moon. What is? Judgment reversed. You've made a decision, but there's something you don't know. Something in that could be good, bad, or indifferent. You don't know the whole story. What is Uranus and Aries? The surprise? 7 of Wands reversed. To me, my immediate hit on this was, I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to defend it. I don't have to fight for it. I don't have to stand up for it or whatever. It just flows. Something is just flowing. And 2, this is the more elevated card of the other one that you got before. Not elevated, it's high, it's more intense of hooking up. DTF, just for the sake of it. That's not happening. So it could be you're shocked. You're like, oh my God, I'm not alley cat. That judgment, I keep going back to that judgment. We'll definitely figure out what that is. Now, oh, I forgot Jupiter. Very important. Jupiter in Scorpio. You know where that is for you all. In your deepest emotional core. I need you to get down. Some days she hears me talking and she just knows it's for her and she wants to chat. Okay. So this is an opposition. So it's your deepest emotional core of intensity. So what is being made bigger in your life right now are bigger, deeper emotions, which is the natural ruler of the 8th house. This is like getting deep. Okay. For Venus in Taurus, in your pentacle. Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like a lot of you were trying to match the kindness and goodness of this partner that you were not compatible with by trying to be caring and in this emotional space. I think the new partnership will make you feel that way, but for whatever reason, it's really not your energy to be all sweet and syrupy. It's just not. I mean, a little bit. It's not like you don't care, but it's soft. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's this beautiful energy. It's all beautiful. All upright energies are beautiful. It just depends. But this is not your typical dealio. This is what you were drawing to you in the other reading. And so now it's reversed up here, and I feel like it's talking about you. You don't need to act like this. You don't need to behave like this. You're going to bring someone to you that will do it for you, and you're going to bring the heat and drive. Let's see what is up with that. Opposing Jupiter in your deepest emotional core in Scorpio. This is intense sexual feelings. Looking over at that King of Wands reverse. That could also be too, the partner you're drawing to you. So I'm not sure which one's you until I turn this over. Could be a partner you're drawing to you and maybe they aren't aware that you're their person. And that's why they're upside down. Not because they're not caring, but because they don't see you just yet. Let's see. It's Jupiter in Scorpio and your deepest emotional. Yeah, that's what it is. That person makes you feel like a fucking emperor. In control. A big man. Or big woman. You know, in command. That's your energy. Emperor energy is definitely yours. So I think this King of, I like it. And I'll tell you why. Showing up as a king, if you're a man and this is supposed to be a woman, or a woman, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can be same sex. It doesn't matter. The other person showing up as upside down is just, that's my sense, is that they're just not seeing you just yet. And God, I lost my train of thought. I had it. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Showing up as male energy means not only are they caring, they're going to be able to keep up with you. If this was Queen of Cups, I'd be concerned. That's a little too sensitive for you. So this is a caring person, but they're not, you know, ruled by emotion like a receptive female energy. Because then you got to put it out to her. This is putting out caring to you. See? All right. I hope that's clear. Mars in Sag. Or no, it's not. It's in Capricorn. In your 6th house. This is your drive. Now Mars and Pluto together are in positive flow to both you and the new person. Mars, oh, jeez. You guys got the best one. I love this for you. Being with this person is going to feel like laying down giant burdens. You're going to be able to explore any fetishes you want. This is a person who is DTF in a very mature way. This would be you going like, hey, I'm embarrassed to ask, but have you ever dressed up in like leather and tied someone up? And they're like, no, but that sounds like a great idea. Let's get to it. It's like that. It's awesome. You start and being honest about what it is that you want, and you get the stability of it that you crave. I'll be honest. You know what this says to me? This is going at it in a creative, freaky way. Just like I said, hey, would you be into blah, blah, blah? And they're like, yeah, totally. And they'd be like, would you be into X, Y, and Z? And you're like, I thought you would never ask. Wow. Hey, let's keep this private. Don't be going around telling people you tied me up and all of that. You know, can we keep this? It's a trust. It's almost like a contract. All the way to joining clubs and stuff to explore your stuff, your sexual things, which is great. I'm not down on it, but it just is a humongous relief to you to find this person. And then when you go out in the world, you appear to be the most normal couple on earth. It satisfies all of those needs for you. Oh, look, my grow light came on. Have a bunch of seedlings. Okay. And a stable and a potential partner. Like marriage. Literally marriage. Or at the very least, you feel driven like that could happen. Pluto, what are you transforming or transforming from or growing past, or what's dying so that you can pursue this? What's transforming? Wow, you guys. This is actually very good. This is 3 of Swords. This is a third-party cheater card, which I felt very strongly for a lot of you. If only just harmless flirtations to make yourself feel better about the shit show you were living. you're transforming past this. You don't need a third.